In this video, I'm going to be going over the best cards to be buying after these new downtown super packs did drop in NBA 2K25 Myteam. I just wanted to get you guys an updated video going over the best cards to drop after these super packs released, because they do have quite a big of an effect on the market when it comes to the Pink Diamond, Galaxy Opal cards, and also some 100 overall cards as well. I wanted to talk about what cards have been dropping in price that I do think are really good pickups. And the first card I actually want to talk about is going to be an Invincible, and some people are going to be surprised me talking about this card as a really good pickup, but I'm telling you guys, his price might fluctuate and go up, because I think Ty posted a gameplay this morning. I know JC is posting a gameplay today, and if you guys saw my video earlier today, I did post a gameplay on this card, and I believe we're all going to say this card is unbelievably good. I thought he was maybe the best small forward in this game. I'm sure JC and Ty are going to say very similar things, maybe not the best small forward, and I don't think he's the best small forward, but I think you can make the argument that he's the best. I think him, Kevin Garnett, Bob Pettit are by far the three best in this game. Giannis is up there as a close number 4. Michael Beasley is still very good. So yeah, there's a lot of great small forwards in this game, but Kevin McHale, because of his 7'11" wingspan, and he's also 6'10" at small forward with an elite level jump shot, Donovan Mitchell base, Colin Sexton upper on very quick. He is missing the Steve Francis size up. That's the one flaw about this card, but other than that, every other sig is perfect, and he's just absolutely broken because of the 7'11" wingspan. It causes him to be so effective on the defensive end, able to tip pass, steal balls and steal passes in lanes, grab rebounds at a very high level, block a ton of shots. I mean, this card for his price, which again, when you guys are watching this video, and maybe it's going to go up, and maybe he's going to go up in price, because again, people like me, JC and Ty are gassing him up and hyping him up to a point where he might go above like 2 million MT. But if you're able to get this card for under 2 mil, I mean, he's an amazing pickup. If we go look at Giannis, how much MT does Giannis go for? 4 million MT. Maybe Giannis is slightly better. If you wanted to give him that slight edge, sure, I could understand it, but Kevin McHale is not that much worse than Giannis. I think he's better in my personal opinion, but even if you wanted to say Giannis is better, it's not by much. So Kevin McHale being that cheap compared to, I don't think there's another buyable small forward in this game from the Invincibles. The other Invincibles are like Bob Pettit and Kevin Garnett, which were cards that cost crazy amounts of money, like real life money in this game that you had to spend on Hall of Fame boxes and packs and stuff to get these cards, where Kevin McHale, you can go spend what, 2 million MT, maybe even cheaper, like 1.5 to 2 mil. He's an amazing buy. So I wanted to recommend him first as a card that, yes, I understand is expensive. He's an expensive card for sure, but he's an expensive card that is worth it. Also, cards like Rudy Gay are, yes, expensive, but this card for 1 million MT, 1.2, whatever he goes for, is a really good deal. He's an amazing shooting guard, basically perfect at the shooting guard position, 6'8" with the best dribble sigs in this game, a really good jump shot, and the Pro 2 fade. There's not anything to dislike about this Rudy Gay card. So again, for a card that is dropping in price because of cards like Cedric Maxwell coming out in this game for free, I do think Rudy Gay is a really good buy. That is obviously expensive. I don't think many of these Invincible cards are worth it. Like, is Shaq worth it? No. Is Magic worth it? No. These cards are just way too expensive for how good they are in game. Is this Invincible LeBron worth it? No, because we'll talk about his 100 overall card here in a second. But yeah, I did want to talk about Kevin McHale as a card that I actually do think is really worth it in this game to pick up. Even a card like John Havlicek isn't that expensive, and he's a really good point guard, but we'll talk about a card here in a second that I do think is on the same level as John Havlicek, and maybe even a little bit better. So the two Invincibles that I would really recommend you guys go after, Dr. J is not a bad pickup either, but I believe Rudy Gay and Kevin McHale are both amazing pickups, again, that are expensive and are Invincible cards, but I do think they're really good pickups in this game. Now, talking about some maybe a little bit cheaper cards that I do think are really good buys, I do want to talk about 100 overall LeBron. I'm kind of starting with the more expensive cards here first, and then going to work my way down to some cards that have gone down quite a bit in price because of the downtown super packs. But LeBron, he's an amazing pickup because he's basically his Invincible card at small forward, but he does actually have a better jump shot. I prefer the Matt Ryan base over the Steph Curry base, so this card is an amazing buy. I know it's expensive again, but he's an amazing buy at small forward. If you guys are looking for a top tier small forward in this game, go after Kevin McHale, go after LeBron. They're two of the top tier small forwards in this game, and not really that expensive compared to, again, that Invincible LeBron, or that GOAT Kevin Garnett, who costs like $5,000 to get, or Bob Pettit, who costs like $1,000+, maybe even more to obtain as well. So yes, I think LeBron and Kevin McHale are the best pickups of the small forward position that, yes, are expensive, but are really good buys. Now, the card I was talking about that is similar to John Havlicek, and maybe even better for a cheaper price, is this 100 overall Elgin Baylor. This is a super slept on card that not many people are talking about, from the new downtown super packs, and that's because he's a 6'5" point guard, but he has the best animations in the game. He's got the best dribble sigs with a very good jump shot, Pro 2 fade. What is there not to like about Elgin Baylor? He's absolutely amazing and pretty much the same point guard as like a, you know, Vince Carter, as a Devin Booker. Like, there's not much difference. I mean, those cards are an inch taller and I guess have more legend badges, but other than that, he's not much worse than a D-Book. He's not much worse than a Vince Carter, a John Havlicek. So instead of buying one of these invincible point guards, just go ahead and buy Elgin Baylor. If you guys aren't looking to spend, you know, if you're not looking to spend crazy amounts of MT on a point guard, I do think Elgin Baylor is a great pickup in this game from the new downtown super packs. So I do think him, Kevin McHale, LeBron are all really good pickups in this game right now. Now from the champion set, we'll kind of work our way backwards and talk about cards that have dropped in price because of the super packs and just cards that I think are really good buys. I would say LeBron is the most worth it card to pick up in the champion set from the 100 overalls. Kevin Durant's not bad, Giannis is not bad, but they're kind of expensive for not being like incredible at their position. So I would say LeBron is the card to go after in my personal opinion. Cards like Dolph Schayes though, this is a card that's going up in price just because people are starting to realize how good Dolph Schayes actually is. So maybe try to buy, you know, this card before people actually realize how good of a card he is, because honestly, this card should go for 100k. He's only 56k right now, but I mean, he was down to 35k when he dropped because not many people were talking about this card or really knew anything about him, but he is genuinely insane at the small forward position. He's got great dribble sigs, an amazing jump shot, Pro 2 fade with really good defensive stats, 95 block, 92 steal, 94 perimeter, 98 interior defense. I really do like Dolph Schayes as a great pickup in this game. Ron Harper, he's an amazing buy as a 6'6" defensive point guard. Really do like him as a great option as well if you're looking for a defensive point guard. He's a great buy. I mean, Chris Anderson, he's amazing for like a budget small forward. He goes for probably what, 5,000 to 7,000 MT, goes for absolutely nothing on the auction house. But yeah, he's a great buy at the power forward spot. Chauncey Billups, Trevor Ariza, they're decent buys as well from the champion set, but I do want to specifically talk about cards that have gone down in price because of the super packs that I do think are great buys. So I want to talk about a card like Galaxy Opal Victor Wembanyama. This is a card that, because Galaxy Opals have a 30% chance to be pulled in the super packs, the reason they've been going down is because of those super packs. And I mean, this card really isn't that expensive anymore. So Galaxy Opal Wemby right now, if you guys can pick him up, is an amazing purchase. A 7'4" center card with a 7'8" wingspan and uncontestable jump shot. And yeah, he is incredibly good. Is he a bit slow? I mean, yeah, I guess so. 85 speed, 85 agility with a 70 strength isn't ideal, but this card is great defensively on the interior. He's so glitchy offensively when it comes to his layup animations, his dunk animations, and this is a card that I would highly recommend if you guys need a center and you're not willing to break the bank and go get like a top tier center. So I do think Galaxy Opal Wemby is an amazing pickup because he's gone down in price because of the new super packs. Denny Avdia also is a great buy in this game right now. I do believe he's a buy now price at like 90k MT. Yeah, 95,000 MT is still a really good pickup price for this Galaxy Opal Denny. He's 6'9" a point guard, has an amazing jump shot. He's a great buy right now in my team. And then I do want to talk about some other Galaxy Opals that have been going down in price. Cards like Andrew Bogut are cards that I wouldn't recommend buying this Andrew Bogut card because you can get him for one Galaxy Opal piece in the Festival Exchange. So don't go buy this card in the auction house, but go spend one Galaxy Opal piece in the new festival, the new Festival of Champions. Spend one Galaxy Opal piece and you're going to get this card for completely free. So I do recommend getting Andrew Bogut if you guys need a point guard. And then talking about some 100 overall cards that have been going down in price, I think Glenn Rice, he's an amazing buy in this game, but I just want to show you guys the 100 overall market because the market is starting to go down for a ton of these 100 overall cards. Larry Bird, he's a great pickup in this game. Glenn Rice is also a great pickup at the shooting guard spot. Those are two really good shooting guards in this game. I want to see how much Glenn Rice is actually going for because I've heard people get this card for around 500k MT, and this card for 500k is an absolute steal. Like, he is really good for that price. I do think cards like Glenn Rice, Larry Bird at the shooting guard position are really good buys right now in this game, you know, that are maybe a little bit expensive. I'm pretty sure Larry Bird goes for over 500k. You know, Glenn Rice is about 500k and Larry Bird's probably closer to, you know, maybe 600k, 700k, but still is a 6'9" shooting guard with an elite level jump shot, very good sigs, 99 every single stat. So I want to talk about some cards like that are dropping because of these super packs, you know, with the 100 overall market going down. And if you guys are wondering why, is because there is a 100 overall topper pack in these new super packs. So a lot of people are ripping these super packs, are getting their 100 overall toppers, causing a lot of the mid to good level 100 overall cards to go down. It's not really going to affect the market too much when it comes to the top tier 100 overall cards like Yao Ming. Even though I've seen Yao Ming start to go down in price quite a bit, and he's starting to get into that range where 100 overall Yao Ming doesn't seem like that bad of a buy, or at least he's starting to become honestly a decent pickup in this game. That's what I'm starting to realize for this 100 overall Yao Ming card, because yes, he's really expensive, but he's still a top tier center, 7'6" with a 7'9" wingspan. And I've seen this card go for as low as 3 million MT. Yes, again, 3 million MT is extremely expensive, but maybe keep an eye on Yao Ming, and if you can get one for a good snipe and a good price and a good deal, it could be worth getting a 100 overall Yao. There's some other, Galaxy Opal cards we can talk about. Cards like Miles Turner, just grind for his 100 overall if possible, but if not, I mean, his Galaxy Opal is still a decent buy at the power forward spot. Galaxy Opal Roy Hibbert, he's another decent buy because, again, there's not really any good centers at this lower price tag. So Roy Hibbert for 25k is not a bad pickup. And then you got your standard cards that are really good to buy. You have your standard cards to buy that are really good, that go down in price on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and that's gonna be cards like Pink Diamond Beasley, really good to pick up in this game right now. Pink Diamond Wemby, I believe he was as low as, I want to say 50k or maybe 55,000 MC yesterday. I do want to see how much his Pink Diamond is going for right now and see if he's still around that 50 to 60k range, because he's a really good buy. If you can't afford the Galaxy Opal Wemby, go ahead and try to pick up this Pink Diamond Wemby for about 60,000 MT. He's still 7'4" with a 7'8" wingspan, and still does have that uncontestable jump shot. So let me know what cards you guys are currently going after in this game right now. But I wanted to get you guys a video going over some of the best cards to buy right now in this game due to the downtown super packs dropping. And those cards have dropped quite a bit, a lot of the cards that I was talking about. So yeah, let me know what cards you guys are trying to pick up right now in this game, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.